What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Carlotta Travel Show. I know, y'all, I was not supposed to have a show right now. I know I was not. Okay. This week I wasn't going to have a show, but then something, I said I had to come on and talk because I saw all these TikToks and YouTubes and everything about Taylor Swift. And I was like, what? I'm going to try to make it a short show, but we got some other topics. I just want to throw some other topics in since we're going to talk about this. But child, I said, wait a minute, I got to come on and talk about the Taylor Swift thing, okay? Because y'all know I've been fangirling Taylor Swift for the last couple years, but oh my God, today does the fangirl of Taylor Swift end today for me in May. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that a little later into the show. Well, in a few minutes into the show. But you guys, how I hope you guys have been having a fabulous start to your week. Man, my weekend, it felt like it's going fast. It feels like October is going fast. Is October not going fast to you guys? It's going fast. It's really going. It's going fast because this week is, I have my plays at school and I'm working plays and stuff for school. And it's just like, it's crazy. It's a crazy week. Plus last week I got to work I'm doing like a little volunteer stuff at a local theater around here. And it was so fun. It's interest. I got to meet a lot of interesting people. So that's exciting. And, so you guys know I'm doing my theater stuff right now. So yeah, it's fun. I'm really trying to ground myself right now because I'm like next week. You guys know what next week is? It's Vegas. It's Maxwell. All right, so yeah, so going to see was it Friday night Maxwell? Yeah, I'm so excited in Vegas. Um, Listen, I think I found my outfit. I'm down to four. I'm down to four, but I think I know the one. Okay, there's three really down to. I'm down to three. But there's one that's sticking out to me. And it's so strong. It reminds me of my outfit the last time I was in Vegas. But last time, I added some stuff. But this is going to be different. It's very different. I like the color too. I feel like it's right for Scorpio season. I was just trying to figure out what shoes, I was a girl's trying to figure out what shoes do I add with this. I already know how the hair is going to be, but I'm just like, how do I do, the shoes and stuff like that? I like to really juju it up. So I feel like I'm going to be what is the theme? I think if I stay, all of my themes are the same though. Okay. I think my theme, all the things that I've chosen pretty much are the same except for one thing, but the four outfits, one of them is kind of not showgirly, but the rest are. They're very showgirl, like showgirl Vegas thing. So it's gonna be showgirly sexy thing, okay? Showgirly sexy thing with a hint of Scorpio season because it's Scorpio season, right? Sexy is Scorpio season, okay? So you gotta make it sexy, right, for Scorpio season. So that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to get my stuff together. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Yes, I do the meet and greet. And you guys are like, one of my people wrote me and said, how many meet and greets does this make? I said, shut up. I just wrote it back and said, shut up. And they was laughing. Listen, I told people I'm gonna get for the cruise. I'm gonna get I'm not doing the meet and greet for the cruise. Oh my God, it's so expensive. I you know what? Listen, thank goodness I got on this cruise. I decided to do the cruise because I had a great person who was offered to be my roommate, and I was like, "Yay, this is cool." So, but yeah, the meet and greet, like, child, please, can't pay for no meet and greets on no cruise. But I did tell my person that we need to get Sugar Mama jersey, like the Breezy Bowl girls wear that have the jerseys for Chris Brown. I need to have a jersey made for Maxwell, like with the number on it and his name, and it say Sugar Mama somewhere. Because I feel like I'm a Sugar Mama right at this time. I feel like I'm Sugar Mama in it. Sugar Mama in it. But no, it's always fun. It's always a blast when I go to a Maxwell show, especially in Vegas. I always have a great time. So I am excited about that. have some friends I get to see and stuff like that. I told y'all about this last week, so I'm pretty geeked about it. Okay, so y'all wish me safe travels and stuff next week, and pray that all my flights and stuff is on time because they out here tripping in Donald Trump's world. Okay, pray that they safe and on time. Okay, that's what I am hoping for. Okay. All right, you guys. So, and then what else? What else I got going on? Oh my goodness. Um, oh, I did my Halloween decorations. You know what? And listen, I was thinking about putting tips out there for some people because I had some people like around my area ask me about how I do certain things. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys the best places to go. This is just for me today. If you're into Halloween decorations and Christmas decorations and stuff like that, some of the places I go to get decorations, and people can't believe it. Okay, like I have these beautiful like Halloween lamps outside right now, and people are like, "Oh, those are so cute! Oh my God, where'd you get those from?" And I'm like, "They're battery operated, and they're from the dollar store, and they were $1.25." People are like, "No, yes." Let me tell you, okay. The Dollar Tree, even though it's no longer the dollar store anymore, oh my God, it's gone. It's ridiculous now. But they're still the best places to go get your Halloween decorations where you can get them very nice and everything. And this, I think they went up to $1.50 now. $1.50. There's some stuff still $1.25, but I'm able to get really nice Halloween stuff. And here's the key to Halloween shopping and Christmas shopping if you're going to use the Dollar Tree, the dollar store, or the Five and Below store. Okay. You have to do it early when everybody's gagging and going, they've got Christmas stuff up, or when they're going, they've got Halloween stuff up already, you should be going in. If you're a Halloween decorator, or if you're a Christmas decorator, or if you're going to have a party, anything, and you need that kind of stuff, you should be going in and getting it when everyone's gagging, going, you shouldn't get it a week before Halloween. Going to the dollar store now to get Halloween decorations, good luck. I mean, there's some few things there, but all the best stuff is right, but way before Halloween, probably like starting in September, early September or late August. Then for Christmas, it's right after they wrap up Halloween. I've done my Christmas. I decorate my grandmother loves like little, she likes little trinkets like houses and villages and stuff like that for Christmas. So I made her a village out of the Dollar Tree store. They have these little houses. They look expensive. They're little where it's like a little city and you buy them in pieces and stuff. And so I set her like her Christmas mantle up every year. Like it's like a whole little village with like it's got people in the houses, church, all kinds of stuff that I bought at the Dollar Tree. And it's for Christmas, and some of them light up and all kinds of things. They're battery operated and stuff like. It's really nice. So you can, if you go early, you can get that stuff. You have to start doing Christmas. I hate to say it, November 1st. Dollar Tree, actually, in the Dollar Tree, probably starting mid-October, when they're wrapping up right now, they'll start putting out Christmas stuff. I'll be like probably in a week or two, maybe they'll start putting out Christmas stuff. I'll I'll go there to get whatever I'm going to get for Christmas. I'm doing it early. I don't wait till after the day after Thanksgiving or any of that because it's too busy. You can't. I mean, and then you don't lose getting the best stuff. Okay, if you're a holiday decorator and stuff. Same thing with Five and Below. Okay, same thing. Okay, and you can get a lot of that stuff very cheap. Okay, very cheap. And Amazon is one of my favorite places. Like I have this witch's cauldron that I have, and every year I have some little ones too. But this one, the big one last year, and I'm using it again this year. I was concerned. I wanted to make it smoke like like it was cooking a witch's brew. And so I bought mist makers from Amazon. You put the mist makers in there. It has different colors and everything. You put water in it, and it looks like you're cooking up a witch's brew. It's really neat. Okay. So I tell people there's so many neat things you can get if you're a Halloween person. You like to decorate and all that stuff. You can get from Amazon. Okay. Even I do my grandparents' decoration and I do mine. Last year, my grandparents had this big, huge Santa in their house with a front of their house with a jukebox, and everybody on the block was crazy about it. They were like, "Oh my god!" They were just going to. But I bought it early from Amazon. It's really neat, and so I'm thinking this year for my grandparents, because my grandparents like they love me to come decorate. So this year I'm thinking on the other side of Jerry because they have a big yard. So I'm thinking about putting a countdown, but I don't know. I'm trying to think about that. A countdown for Christmas. I might do it for myself. I haven't decided, but yeah. So I'm already thinking about Christmas decorations and stuff like that. I love it. Okay, I don't. I love stuff like that, decorating and stuff like that. And so yeah. So I've done my Halloween decorations. They're really fun. I really like it. I have so much fun with that stuff. All right. So that's my tip to you guys. If you do anything, if you're big on Halloween, Christmas, and stuff like that, and you want to get decorations that are, and listen, you can get decorations that don't look cheap. Mine's do not look cheap. They're very nice. Okay. You can get them from the Dollar Tree and stuff, but you have to be early. You cannot, Christmas, and you have to go in there and shop when everybody's gagging about Christmas stuff being out. Like I already have my Christmas bag. I hate late Christmas shopping. I hate it because you don't get as much. You're rushing around. It's the worst. So I try to do it as early as possible. Okay, that's my personal opinion. That's what I'll tell y'all on that. Okay, so that's my tips there. Okay, and so I may talk to y'all more about that as we move closer into the holidays and stuff like that. All right, okay, let's talk about this. Okay, y'all shocked me with the Taylor Swift. Listen, okay, I listened to Taylor Swift's album maybe 2 times. I didn't really think about it. I did hear the disc to Kayla Nicole right off, and I was like, why are you doing that? And I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. But I didn't hear, you know what? Let me tell you who turned me on to the really craziness of this album. It wasn't black women. You know who's out here stomping for black women right now against Taylor Swift? It's white girl Swifties. Yeah, no. It's white girl Swifties are pissed at Taylor Swift for this album. They coming for her. Not all of y'all, but there's a segment of them that are like, they woke and they up and they like, girl, you're not about to do this, right? So I was entirely shocked about some of the breakdown of the album. I did not really I didn't pay attention to. So I was like, oh my goodness. And if you knew people knew me back and listening to the Blog Talk Radio days, there was I hated Taylor Swift for a long time, and there were several reasons. Well, listen, one of the reasons I disliked her because I didn't there were always behind her some rumors of racism rumors and stuff like that. And I thought, well, maybe they're being mean to her because, once I thought she could write and everything, it gave her a chance with the Eras tour and all that. I thought, maybe that's not so. But this has made me reevaluate things again. Am I going back to I hate Taylor Swift? Maybe. She's still a great writer, everything like that. But oh my God. I mean, they turned me on to this album. So I'm gonna play with some of the okay out here about Taylor Swift. Let me see if I get the right ones up. Hold on. Get this up for you guys so you can see it. That's not it, huh? I'll try to. Let's get it up, you guys. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share some of this. This is from Cindy's Villa. Okay, and it says white women crashing out over Taylor Swift's obsession with black women. So let's see.
They're like dolls. They're precious. They have to be protected. Do you remember a couple months ago whenever parents would bring their kids to Sabrina Carpenter shows and then act aghast because Sabrina Carpenter, who is a highly sexual artist, was referencing sex on stage? Of course they were, because how could a short, cute little white girl who is also blonde, a blonde, cute little white girl, how could she possibly know what sex is? It's the assumption. Women having sexual freedom and willingly engaging in sex is highly associated with blackness. You can see this most clearly when it comes to things like Disney and Nickelodeon stars. Miley Cyrus, she was Hannah Montana, all-American girl. And what does she do whenever she wanted to shed the Disney image and say, hey, I'm not just a little girl anymore? She releases Can't Be Tamed in Bangers. Ariana Grande, another cute little white girl. What does she do whenever she wants to shed the childhood image? She releases Dangerous Woman in Sweetener. They would do things like hang out with rappers. They would incorporate black music styles into their own music. So that way, whenever they'd be sexual, it's like, oh, I'm not just a little white girl anymore. And
Okay, now here's this one.
I'm also talking about liberal white women and leftist white women who, when they're told about their anti-blackness, absolutely crash the fuck out. Until our solidarity has some fucking teeth, until our solidarity has some consistency, until our solidarity means that we are actively giving up power, that we are being inconvenienced, that we are actually in the trenches with Black, Brown, and Indigenous people. Our solidarity is shit. And until our solidarity is so consistent that we are in community with Black, Brown, and Indigenous people,
Excuse me,
where we can actually witness their community joy as resistance, we're not even going to know what it fucking looks like.
Oh, Taylor Swift is getting canceled. This is a real life live cancellation before our eyes. I didn't even think I'd ever see the day. But the white women have had it. You hear me? I am just tickled reading through this thread. And I said, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. Until Mary posted some evidence here. It is worse. Oh, Taylor, what is going on? Girl, this is horrible. It's like, well, I ain't never thought she was that great to begin with, so I'm probably biased. But when your fandom switches up on you as a collective like this, you might want to take it back to the drawing board.
It's women canceling you this way.
Boyfriend whom he dated off and on from 2017 to 2022. And oh, Kayla Nicole happens to be Black. The lyrics in Oblite could actually not be clearly more like targeting Kayla Nicole, right? It references a video that went viral a couple times in which Travis is literally berating Kayla for being on her phone. Meanwhile, she is an influencer, so that is weirdo behavior because she was working and it's very controlling. But it is very clear nonetheless that that video is referenced in Opalite. The lyric reads, you couldn't understand it, why you felt alone. You were in it for real, she was in her phone, and you were just a pose, right? Like Taylor could not have been more obvious and like less creative here. It's not enough to me that like Taylor is using this like crazy like worldwide medium to best a woman that like previously dated her ex. It's also the fact that like Taylor is fully aware that Kayla has received like relentless and racist harassment, oftentimes terrifying, from Swifties in reaction to the fact that she previously dated Travis. So like this is like purposefully and like blatantly violent. This song accomplishes two things at once, right? It proves the fact that Taylor Swift is obsessed with Black women and it endangers Kayla Nicole. But obviously our country is not at its best with critical thinking. So let's like analyze a different part of the song, right? So another lyric says, but I'm not a bad bitch and this ain't savage, but I'm never gonna let you down. So in this song, Taylor positions herself as this like unique, singular white flower that is so different from what? Black culture. And once you step back and realize this song is like final boss pick me X racism, you realize that Taylor Swift is preoccupied with like this obsession with Black women, in part because Travis Kelce has predominantly dated Black women in the past. And she wants to define herself as different from his past and therefore better. Again, very weird, very pick me behavior.
Taylor's something is microaggressive, something is not sitting with them the right way. That is not the time for you as a white person to open your mouth and say, actually, no. Yes, I'm talking about Taylor Swift. I'm talking about the critiques surrounding Taylor Swift. I know we're tired. I know it's been talked about ad nauseum, but I do think this is really important and it's something that we should continue to talk about. So one side of the criticisms about this album are related to stylistic choice, vocals, musical composition, right? People can have their opinions on that. What I want to talk about is the critiques of the lyrics, and specifically the way people are critiquing the racist and microaggressive undertones that are within the lyrics. And a large majority of the people calling that out and noticing that are Black women and people of color. And I am seeing white women like myself commenting back on a lot of those critiques saying, but she didn't mean it in this way. And you're
I am not seeing that. I am seeing more and more white girls come out, which is funny and strange to me. White women come out, which let me shout out the Z's, white women Z's, because it's the Z's and late millennials who are surprisingly really taking a stance against Taylor Swift on this album. Really, especially the Opalite song. I didn't even realize the fucking lyrics. I'm gonna tell you something. When I heard the fucking when they broke down the fucking lyrics to me, I was like, this little bitch. I mean, listen, it's Taylor. I'm back an enemy. I mean, this is bad. So, okay, so I'm gonna show you guys some more where people are going off. Let's see here.
Okay, guys. So Taylor Swift drops her album, right? The Life of a Showgirl. But I'm seeing something on TikTok that
This is from Derek Branch, okay? That's you guys from his video.
I thought would never happen. Her own fans are saying that it's trash, which I never thought the Swifties would do this. So I'm like, what's going on? Now, guys, a lot of Black folks and people that don't listen to Taylor Swift, when it comes to Taylor Swift drama,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
But when tea is being served, we want to know what's up. We want to know. We got time. So get your tea and go get your snacks, because you already know this is about to be good. No, on God. Okay, one thing you guys got to understand, context. The Swifties are like a cult fan base. Now, if you pay attention to how they look, it obviously resembles the image of Taylor. Now, if y'all don't remember that song, You Belong With Me, she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers. Her image is like a nerdy, cutesy, awkward, white girl, blonde hair, Christian. She didn't sing about being promiscuous. So she's been selling this image of the standard, ideal white girl. Now, the thing is, Taylor isn't a little girl no more. She's 35 and times have changed. Now, shout out to this girl. Oh, damn, I got her. But yeah, shout out to this girl because she made some good points. Remember Disney Channel? Miley Cyrus. She had to be this pure, innocent white girl. And
okay, let me show you some of the.
One, bad, a savage? What? What? This even had Black folks like, who is she talking about? Is she talking about us? Now look at this. This is going around. Taylor Swift's song Opalite and how she is jealous and insecure that before her, Travis Kelce has only dated Black women. I'm like, So y'all know she dates Travis Kelce, the football player, which is very interesting because wasn't this song about her wanting to be with this football player? Anyway, this is his ex, Kayla Nicole, which if this is what Taylor's talking about, I don't know why she, oh, damn. Oh, damn. And this isn't savage. I'm never gonna let you found me. I said I was busy. That was a lie. I have been afflicted by a terminal uniqueness. I've been dying just from trying to seem cool. But I'm not a bad, and this isn't savage.
Okay, let's talk about this lyric. Everybody was saying this is a response to about a lot of people are put, because there were rumors last year, and I talked about it on the show, that Travis Kelce, a couple of years ago, before he was trying to go after Taylor Swift, he was trying to go after Meg Thee Stallion. There were rumors down there in these streets. Okay, he was trying to get with Meg. Meg was like, no. And so when she said this ain't savage and I'm not a bad bitch, Taylor. And then the Opalite song talking about you were dancing in the darkness of onyx or something like that, and now you're in the light or something like that. Oh my God, girl, this girl. Listen, let me just. I mean, she fucked it up. I can't like her no more. You can't be. I didn't like when you came for Kayla Nicole first the fuck off. I just did not like. But your own fan base. When I see white girls discovering the lyrics, this man he does even more. But let me see.
So Taylor Swift just released a new album.
The Taylor Swift album sounded like, yeah, I have sex now, and I cuss a little too.
It's about her terrible, horrible life as a showgirl. You guys wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised her. She also makes some scathing disses, mentions some shockingly not safe for work topics, and totally misinterprets the plot of Hamlet, as a showgirl does. I'm not really a Taylor Swift fan. I don't love her. I don't hate her either, but people's reactions to this new album have been making the rounds on social media, and some of it is pretty hilarious.
I am a dark and twisted poet.
When I saw the white girls coming for her, I knew. I said, "This is bad. The white girls are coming for Taylor Swift." It wasn't just black women coming for her and noticing the lyrics. It is white women noticing the lyrics and listen, not really that much over. Here's another discussion from Esther.
Taylor Swift has revealed herself to be resentful of Black women, or at least deeply insecure when it comes to comparing herself to Black women.
Taylor Swift is obsessed with Black women. Let's talk about it. Taylor Swift is obsessed with the fact that several of her exes have moved on to date Black women, and she perceives this kind of conquering of Travis as an end or disruption of this pattern, and she's boasting about it in this album.
Taylor Swift has revealed herself to be resentful of Black women, or at least deeply insecure when it comes to comparing herself to Black women. In the song Opalite, Taylor is referencing Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, Kayla Nicole. The lyrics of Opalite include, "You were dancing through the lightning strikes, sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite." So Taylor is not only using the lyrics in the song to talk about how she is so much better for Travis than his ex-girlfriend is, which is inconsiderate on its face. What did that lady ever do to you? But she is choosing to do that using the imagery of onyx, which is typically black, and opalite, which is typically white. Or in Eldest Daughter, Taylor says, "I'm not a bad bitch, and this isn't savage, but I'm not."
Taylor. Let me tell you, not only is it bad that you went after just Black women in general, but you went after a Black woman who's a Scorpio. So Taylor, you gotta know that Scorpios come with their own set of karma. So when you come for one, even if Kayla wasn't a good girlfriend, but that's not your business. You don't know. That's her. How are you coming for this girl? And then you're going to throw in race about it? Oh, no. It goes back to what I always thought of her years ago, because there were some things out there about her being race. Now I try to forgive you for it, but bitch, I can't do it now. Now I'm back to hating your ass, okay? Now I'm back to this bitch try to be cute and sneak diss. Not only did she try to sneak diss Kayla Nicole, but your ass tried to sneak diss Black women in all these songs. And here's the kicker about this. They say a lot of her ex-boyfriends are now with Black women. Oh, so she must be really feeling some sort of way. And then you got to keep your head on the swivel with Travis, because, honey, girl. Girl. Taylor, you have to keep your head up. You have to keep your head on a swivel with Travis. Okay. Nah, because he like him. He like her. He had him tight. And these are all the things she messed up. Oh, now you're not dancing in the black onyx at night anymore. You was dancing now with the beautiful white opalite. Me as a white woman, I've come to save you out of that savage lifestyle of Black girlness. Taylor, he be looking like he want to go back. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't gonna lie. I'll try to keep it easy on you because I was trying to be a Swiftie for you, but I can't be a Swiftie now. Now he looked like he fucked up. He looked like I want to go back. He don't even got the same swag no more. I ain't gonna, even his playing ain't got the same swag. But girl, okay, listen, all right, listen, we done got you. Okay, we see you, boo. We see you out here trying to be undercover and undercut and racist and stuff like that. Say little stuff. All right, you all right. It is what it is. Okay. So Taylor Swift, your own people canceling you. We ain't gotta cancel you because they canceling you. And they thought your shit was corny. I was trying to be nice about it. I thought the wood song was nice. Somebody told me that's corny as hell. I said, well, I like the ABC beat behind it. I tried to like the little corny pop album. I was like, I like it. I didn't even realize what Opalite wasn't a song I liked. I liked Wishlist and Wood. Really was the only two songs. But Opalite was not, I didn't pay much attention until I heard the diss. But I wasn't paying attention to the black onyx of night and the white opal, like you dancing that bitch, that shit. This little scandalous bitch. And she knows she did it because she can write her little funky ass off, okay? So she thought wasn't nobody gonna notice it. She thought she's so smart. This motherfucker thought she was too smart that nobody else was gonna notice it, but her own people noticed it. That's what you getting hating on you, about to cancel you out, okay? And you just, and listen, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you, Travis. First of all, Travis Kelce. Travis fucking Kelce. You shouldn't have never, if you heard that album beforehand, you shouldn't have never let her put that album out dissing your ex. You know what you be liking out in these streets. You know what you being with. I remember the reality show, Travis. Stop it. You should be checking her more than anybody. The worst. You should be checked. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think this is gonna be this. I think if this the drum beat on this, like it's getting really loud and they trying to deny it, they're trying to put it out here with Taylor Swift breaking records, Taylor Swift, the Super Bowl situation with Jay-Z and Beyonce, which I'm gonna talk about in a minute. They trying to use that to talk up. They trying to do everything to talk up about about this diss to Kayla Nicole and which Kayla Nicole answered very classy. I read that last week. But in this racism undertone of her album, they trying to talk everything up. But if it gets louder and you're gonna have to confront this, you know what my guess is gonna be for you, Taylor Swift? Probably my guess is going to be that Travis Kelce, if he was ever sincere about really liking black women and stuff, he might break up with you for this. He might call out that engagement for this. If it get bad, if it get loud, the racism claims and all that shit, I could see it. I could see it within a good 6 months, it being out of here. You won't even make it to the wedding. That's just my personal opinion, but who am I? Okay. I don't know if I really believed y'all was gonna make it to the wedding. I mean, no, I think he was gonna marry you, not because it's like because Travis hit a lick. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He's a Libra man. He hit a lick. Okay. And he getting all kind of deals and shit from this. He don't want to give up them deals and stuff. So he gonna go take it all the way to the marriage. Now here's the gag. That's a Scorpio over there. It was his ex. Okay, Taylor? Let me explain something to you. Scorpios are notoriously secretive. Yes, I'm a Scorpio. We are notoriously secret. Here's the gag. Here's the gag. Here's the gag. She could be still talking to Travis on the low. Girl. Not that she want him back, but he could still, you know what I'm saying. Okay, I don't want to be here. I don't know what I got myself into. I'm not saying that's happening. I'm saying it could be. Just a feeling. Oh my God. I do not like her anymore. I'm back to hating Taylor Swift. I am back to hating Taylor. I not hate her, dislike her very much. I mean, I like, okay, which I'm going to talk about Jay-Z and Beyonce in a minute because these two, we've come to the end of the road with them, haven't we? Although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. Let's make Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's so natural. But Beyonce about to come out here with a rock and roll album. So listen, somebody told me Haley got an album. They said Haley Bailey or somebody coming out with an album. I said, who? Because first, no, I wasn't trying to be funny because I was like, huh? Who's that? And then I said, oh, what an album? Child, what she thinks she doing? Who put the album out? Not Parkwood. Beyonce's Parkwood putting this album out? Girl, Holly and Chloe. Somebody give me Holly and Chloe real quick. I'm about to talk before I get into Jay-Z and Beyonce and the Super Bowl rumor. Child, let me see. Let me pull up this Holly got an album. Y'all try to tell me about it, and I'm about to laugh on here. Talking about she got some album coming through. Y'all fun. I said, huh? Really? Then why you listen? I don't know why you girls is trying to put out album. First of all, I hope it works out. But listen, the way they did your sister, girl. Child, I don't know if I would have tried it. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Yes, it's from Rolling Out. It says the former, let me see. Okay, let's share this right here. Okay, it says the former Chloe Haley member. I hope it's not former. Y'all need to get back together. Y'all did better together, but I digress. It says the former Chloe Haley member released her first full-length solo project exploring love, heartbreak, and emotional growth. Okay. It says Haley Bailey is ready to step fully into her solo artist era. The singer and actress announced on October the 8th that her debut album titled Love or something like it will arrive on October 24th, giving fans over 2 weeks to prepare for the highly anticipated. It's not highly anticipated. We didn't even know it was coming. Listen, if you two don't jump up out of there, how many albums y'all done gave these people? You done gave Beyonce over there. Beyonce over there playing in y'all faces. No, she playing in your faces. It's 2 weeks before this album is about to be released. I ain't heard nothing about it just now. I'm just reading this article. Somebody had to write me and tell me. And then I had to see it on my girl. I didn't believe it then when somebody wrote me and told me. I saw my woke pop culture girl talking about. I was like, what? The Little Mermaid star shared the news alongside a cinematic teaser video that set the tone for what listeners can expect from her first full-length solo project. This is a tax write-off for Parkwood. Is this a tax write-off for Parkwood? Beyonce, don't play with these little girls out here. Is it how many albums they owe you? Because like, damn. This album, listen, girl, it's 2 weeks before the album. We ain't seen, I saw little clips and stuff online of you, but I didn't know why I was seeing it exactly. And it's funny when they told me it was Haley, I said, Haley, who? Oh, I forgot. Because the only thing I pair you with DDG or the Haley and Chloe. I was just shocked at you coming out with an album. Beyonce quit it. Beyonce, this is a tax write-off. This is a tax write-off for the record company. Is it a tax write-off? Because we ain't heard nothing about this little girl's album. Is you gonna promote this child's album? Or is you gonna let it just flip flop like Chloe's did? You gonna let it floppity flop lane? Haley said, I'm gonna try to get in while Beyonce in between albums. No, they don't work like that. Girl, don't you seen the writing on the wall? They do not work like that. They will sabotage your shit if they ain't got nothing. That's my personal opinion on it. Oh Lord, she out here about to do an album. Jeez. I hope it's good. No, for real. I hope it catch on. Just catch on. You know what I'm saying? Like it catch on because I like Haley, but the realistic, you know, at least 2 weeks before the album is about to be released, we ain't heard no promo. We ain't seen you nowhere. I mean, you just kind of blurb that come on the Instagram feed. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if your people serious about you. You are your sister. I keep trying to tell y'all. Listen, Beyonce, she that little story. In my opinion, she the evil candy lady. Okay, she over there siphoning through y'all energy. Holly, you gonna be the energy before the Rock and Roll album. See, Haley was the energy before Chloe was the energy before the Renaissance album. Remember, she was dropping singles and stuff. It looked like, oh, it's gonna be something good. Excuse me. Then they told her, oh, you're gonna have to put your album out for another 6 months or so. When she was hot. No, because she was just an advertiser, a wedding advertiser. It was advertised for Beyonce. She was just used as a little sacrificial energy lamp. It reminded people of Beyonce, and then Beyonce came out with Renaissance. Everybody was ready because Chloe had did some of the work already. Oh my Lord, you poor girls. You know, sometimes we sign with our idols. You know, we shouldn't, because because listen, I mean, some people like you, the kids playing in the evil candy lady's yard. That's what it is, Chloe and Haley. This is what I really believe. I'm sorry. You, the kids, if you ever heard the story about the evil candy lady, I heard it on the witchy, what's the lady's name? She's really good on YouTube. Witch something. I forget her name, witchy something. She tells all these great stories. I can't remember her name right now, but listen. She told this story about this story about this lady who would give all the kids. She had a candy store, and she'd give all the kids in the store, give all the kids candy, and they come and play in her yard. And they call it. She called it the evil candy lady. And so when the kids would leave her yard, and the kids would be unusually tired when they be going back home and stuff. And what the lady was doing is when they would leave the yard, she'd take up the grass and stuff where they was playing and rub it all over her and everything because it gave her youth and it fused youth back into her. Chloe and Haley, I ain't saying about youth. That's not what I'm talking about. But you infusing, giving her back energy. Is y'all playing in the evil candy lady's yard? Y'all just over there giving energy to Beyonce and Parkwood. Y'all gotta ask yourself some questions. It's 2 weeks before the album come out and ain't nobody heard of it. Ain't nobody heard about it. Are you playing in the evil candy lady's yard? Once your album's done and you just like, oh my God, they did so good. Where's it? Nobody, it's not work. Like, ask Chloe about what happened. You know what I'm saying? And all everything you got the albums out, everything's, and then it just gets like it's just you tired and you realize that it's gone nowhere. You gotta start asking questions. Am I playing in evil candy lady's yard? They just soaking up our energy. But ain't my business, okay? Because I ain't signed with Beyonce. I'm just trying to tell you. Anyway, moving on to other news. Okay, so Beyonce, speaking of Beyonce, Jay-Z, I hear out here in these streets that the NFL is pissed at y'all right now. Pissed off, allegedly. Okay, not y'all, but Jay-Z. Okay. And the NFL, NFL, why do you people not know this about Jay-Z and Beyonce? I'm not quite sure where people have been at, where they don't know that Jay-Z and Beyonce is gonna be about that life about themselves. How do y'all not know that yet? Where y'all at? Okay, apparently somebody is saying that Taylor Swift, even though I think this is some more publicity to roll out for Taylor Swift to keep people from asking questions about the albums and that album and those lyrics. So this is just a bunch of shit they rolling out right now. But obviously, this is one thing they're saying: NFL furious at Jay-Z and feels misled amid Taylor Swift Super Bowl chaos. Sources say. Okay, the NFL's partnership with Jay-Z and Roc Nation faces strain after months of confusion over the Super Bowl halftime show. Reports claim Jay-Z never formally offered Taylor Swift the performance despite rumors naming her the front runner. Okay, Robert Shooter Scoop reports that the NFL feels furious at Jay-Z and Roc Nation after discovering that Taylor Swift, and this is from Yahoo Entertainment. It says after feels furious at Jay-Z and Roc Nation after discovering that Taylor Swift never received a formal halftime show offer. One source stated everyone inside the NFL thought Taylor was officially offered the gig, but there was never a real offer, just some light chatter. Another insider said they looked like amateurs. The rumor ran wild and Jay let it. League officials now feel misled and humiliated. The NFL believes Swift was the front runner, but later learned Jay-Z had Bad Bunny in mind all along and remained polite with Taylor's team, but never serious. A separate source claimed to leak. The rumor ran wild and Jay let it. Swift addressed the rumors on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon saying, Jay-Z has always been very good to me. Our teams are very close. They sometimes call and say, how does she feel about, and that's not like an official offer or like an official conference room conversation. She dismissed talk about performance footage rights, explaining we're always able to tell him the truth. I'm in love with a guy who does that sport. Okay, so listen. Okay, is this we gonna see this? Okay. Okay, this is her performing at the Super Bowl. I'm trying to find the video. Okay, so she kind of threw Jay. Okay, my personal opinion. Okay, if you guys seen this, um, My personal opinion. Oh my God, did I have it up for you guys to see? I don't think I had it up for you guys to see. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you guys heard it. Hold on just a second. Oh my goodness. I'm okay. I don't know how I have this going for you guys. I thought I had it up where you guys could see it. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. I'll be messing up here. Okay. We were still talking about Haley Bailey. Okay, this is it. Okay, let me share this. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't share the tab. Okay, so let me let you guys hear it. That was a long time too to go blank. Y'all just be doing this all the time. I gotta learn how to share this tab. Okay, so here it is. Her talking about it.
Very high pressure, high intensity.
So you didn't turn on the Super Bowl because of performance footage?
No.
Okay. And
No. Well, here's the thing. Like Jay-Z has always been very good to me.
yes.
Our teams are really close. Like it's like they sometimes will call and say, "How does she feel about?"
Yeah.
And that's not like an official offer or an official or like a conference room conversation.
It's just a
like our
feeling
teams
out.
are really close. How does she feel about it in general? And we're always able to like tell him the truth, which is that like I am in love with a guy who does that sport on that actual field. Like that is violent chess. That is gladiators without swords. That is dangerous. I am the whole season, I am locked in on what that man is doing on the field. Can you imagine if like he's out there every single week, like putting his life on the line, doing this very dangerous, very high pressure, high intensity sport. And I'm like, I wonder what my choreo should be.
Oh my gosh, honey, let me have one thing. Let me have one thing.
I think we should do 2 verses of Shake It Off into Blank Space, into Cruel Summer would be great. Like it's just like this is nothing to do with Travis. He would love for me to do it. I'm just too locked in.
Good.
I don't believe her. I believe you're that girl that says, "Yeah, let's do 2 verses of Shake It Off." I think you want to do the Super Bowl. I think it's not just Travis wanting you to do the Super Bowl. I think you threw Jay-Z under the bus right there. Jay-Z and Beyonce. First of all, he wasn't going to offer it to you. I don't think Jay-Z ever wants to offer it to you. I think Jay-Z doesn't. You're the reason in their mind, Taylor Swift, in their mind, because I don't, even though I think Beyonce is a far better superior performer and superior singer, I do believe my personal thing about Beyonce's career, this is just my personal opinion, and it's just something on her career that Beyonce doesn't go with the flow in her career. To me, her career is very, I've always said it, I forget the word, pushy. It's like it's pushed its way into spaces. I don't know if I consider it to be something that's happened naturally and organically all the time, okay, for Beyonce. I hate to say it. I'm not saying that Taylor Swift's happened there. Nobody in the entertainment industry, sometimes everybody has a push, but Beyonce has always seemed extra pushy, okay? It's just like, just extra. That's just my personal opinion. And my personal opinion is that Taylor Swift to them is the reason that they can't get over the hump, since Kanye did that, which helped Taylor Swift immensely, that he did at the MTV Awards, saying Beyonce deserved that award. That helped her tremendously. She was already on a trajectory to be famous, but to do really well, but that really helped her because of how the racial dynamics help work in America. But Taylor Swift took that opportunity and she went with it full throttle and has become the biggest female artist right now out there. Okay. That to me is because of how Beyonce's energy works, in my opinion. They don't ever want you to see you on that Super Bowl stage. Okay. Jay-Z and Beyonce they about each other, okay? So to me, they don't want you outshining them. They don't want you coming on that stage, even though I don't like you not right now, Taylor Swift, but they don't want you coming out on that stage, outshining them, out maneuvering them, out anything, okay? That's why they put Jennifer Lopez up there with Shakira. Even though I don't think Jennifer is the singer, but the reason why they did that, in my opinion, my personal opinion, is scared that Jennifer Lopez would have put on some sort of, because she's a great dancer. So, you know, would she put on some sort of show that outshine? That's my take about Beyonce's career. My take on Beyonce's career is that they can't settle comfortably. She's what I've always called the insecure queen. My opinion, she is really. I remember she dressed up as Marie Antoinette. I said, "Wow, you're that of the music industry. That's what you are. You're unaware of everything that's around you." Yeah, so I'm not surprised though. They said this is why the NFL is ticked off because you know the NFL would probably rather have Taylor Swift. Why didn't you give Taylor Swift an offer? Her boyfriend is playing for us. Hey, and it would have been a much probably nicer Super Bowl. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We got to deal with the controversy of Badass Bunny. That deal with all the shit that come with him. We already got Charlie Kirk's family. Well, what's the girl's name? Charlie Kirk's ex wife and Turning Point talking about doing their own halftime Super Bowl for families because they want to see Bad Bunny. The NFL is pissed right now. That's what they're saying, allegedly. Okay, they said, hey, and I can see why, because now they got to deal with all the. You already did Kendrick, which I think was an energy steal, but I have to talk about that at a later time. You already did Kendrick Lamar, okay? You already put Kendrick Lamar up there, which was so this year they should go. They want to go softer, but you're gonna go get Bad Bunny, and you didn't even offer their main girl, the girl to the Super Bowl. Are you stupid, Jay-Z? Like Jay-Z, you just lost the casino. You just Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z don't feel the room, do he? Is he feeling the room, Jay-Z? You see Puffy over there in jail, your partner. I mean, you talking about I don't know that man. Okay. With your acquaintance, your associate. I mean, you think this is a game? What is you doing? Why would you not offer Taylor Swift? Why would you not read the room? But I'll tell you why they don't read the room. Because in my opinion, they're just as they don't want anyone to do that Super Bowl bigger than them. I said what I said, and if that means they got to get their asses canceled, they'll get their asses canceled. But they will not let. That's my personal opinion. My personal opinion is that even though Beyonce is, like I said, the better performer, the better singer, she's not a songwriter. The songwriter is Taylor Swift, but Beyonce is not comfortable, in my personal opinion, with her. Beyonce is a very insecure. To me, her career has screamed insecurity from the get-go. And it's not really her. I'm not saying it's her. I feel like it's her team. Her team doesn't really believe in the power of her. So I feel that in the years, all these years, that it's been a pushy energy in the industry. Even that country, faking that country album and stuff, talking about that was a country album. That was not a country album. It was a mixture of genres on that album, but it was not country. And she knows damn well it wasn't. It shouldn't have won best. That's what I'm talking about, a pushy energy. Very pushy. And what they do is, because they're very good at using energy, so what she did to cover herself was use her blackness and say, well, I'm doing it because Black people created country and everything. But that was just to protect, in my personal opinion, to protect herself from the idea of, I just want to add this to my stat to myself. I want to add this stat to me of being a country artist or a country singer. And now, but I because I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback and racism and stuff from the country thing, I'm going to use this very legitimate thing of Black music and being Black music being born out of, country music being born out of being born from Black people, which it was. And the fact that Black people are not in the country arena as much and everything, to protect myself while I do this on the low, very selfish thing. That's why I just, something about her. It's just, it never is a natural energy. Like, because she don't really sing country that good. And I'm like, why didn't you just go get the country artist? You got a whole fucking, this is how you know about Beyonce and them, in my personal opinion. You got a whole fucking album over there. Why didn't you get some of them country singers that have been out there for years singing and stuff and try to push them that really can sing country? Why don't you ask K Michelle to be on Parkwood and then produce her country album? Or Rock Nation or something. No, because they don't want that. They don't care about K Michelle and all them other girls. They just use them for their energy because they've been in it a long time to make her look legitimate. Y'all don't realize that because they nice to you on the surface. The question is, why you got to do it? Because you don't even sound good doing it. You sound like an R&B star trying to sing country. When you got really legitimate country, Black country artists out here that have been doing country music for a while. And you could have produced them, but instead you're like, well, I'm going to showcase them on my country album. Isn't that so gracious of me? And y'all are like, yes, it's so gracious. Thank you, Queen Beyonce. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. No, it's not. It's not gracious. It's, I'm going to use you. Using your energy field. Listen, she could have easily produced y'all. Okay, listen, I'm just trying to tell you. Look at these little girls, Chloe and Haley, like I just said right now. Look at these. Look at Chloe. Look at Haley right now. Haley releasing the album. They might do something about it now that I'm talking crap. Haley releasing the album, and you don't know nothing about it. But Beyonce's so sweet. Oh, she's such one of the most kindest artists, one of the most hardest working artists you've ever seen. And I don't deny her being the most hardest working and being kind. That's the gag, okay? Well, no, that's not the gag. That's the beat, the front. The gag is though that being nice helps her to use you more. Of course, she's not gonna be mean. Taylor playing back dirty. Oh, see, both of our teams are pretty close. Taylor, your team ain't close. And Jay-Z calls and says, well, how does she feel about the Super Bowl? That was throwing him under the bus politely. How does she feel about the Super Bowl? And I'm like, I'm totally locked into my man. You know, I'm locked in. I'm not sitting there thinking about, oh, should I sing Opalite? Yes, you are, bitch. Don't lie. I believe Taylor Swift is totally that girl. And I believe that that was her way of throwing Jay-Z and them under the bus saying, hey, he basically didn't give me no offer. Okay. We never got in a conference call or anything about it. So that's so the NFL, it can know, hey, I didn't turn it down because of audio and stuff like that. And that still wouldn't be no reason to turn it down. But that lets the NFL know, oh, wait a minute. We didn't know you weren't officially offered it. But Taylor Swift is protecting herself too. I'm so locked into Travis. I'm not just thinking about being halftime. Girl, bitch, you are thinking about doing that halftime show. Don't fake you that girl, okay? I don't believe it. I'm locked up. He's doing a dangerous sports. These are gladiators without swords. Girl, shut up. Shut up. If they offered you that Super Bowl, your ass would have been up there. Shake it out. Shake it. And what Beyonce hates, and what would hate, what they would hate Beyonce and Jay-Z, because they were probably, well, Rihanna was the biggest halftime. They hated that too, probably. They didn't think it was going to be that way. Even though I don't understand why, because Rihanna didn't really do much. But Rihanna was the biggest halftime. They hate Rihanna. Always just Rihanna's just that Pisces is just walk in the door and just like without trying, always outdo whatever you trying to do. She ain't even trying. Let me do this song. Let me do this album. And she don't really be pushy. Like, she don't be pushy or nothing about her stuff. Beyonce, them constantly pushy. All Rihanna come in and do is like, I'm going to drop a hairline. I'm going to drop some underwear. They really don't want you to be number one, Taylor, because you're going to be the number one halftime show. That's what they hate. They already got to contend with Rihanna's ass. Waltzing up in there after years with no records and just selling underwear and makeup and everything. And that heifer walked up on that stage, pregnant and all, and gave the biggest halftime performance in ratings. Now, Beyonce was out there working her ass off, okay? And she didn't get them ratings. Rihanna came on there and barely do it. had people dancing in uniform. See, they don't want you doing that shit. They don't want you. They don't want it. They don't want it. That's my take on it. Okay, that's Carlotta's 101. All right, and so yeah, so I'm pretty sure they do not like Beyonce like Taylor Swift being the halftime show. Okay. Okay, so y'all asked me about Portia dating a man and a woman because she announced this week, Portia Williams. Man, is this a storyline for Housewives or whatever? I don't know. Do I believe Portia? Yeah, okay. She tried something new. She been through a lot. Okay, let people do what they do. You gotta let them do that. I don't know what to say about that. Okay. I don't know. Okay. We'll just let that be. Okay. There is something really good I want you guys to do. How some black male celebs exploit black women's love to make dollars. This is fake love and real hate. This is from You're Triggered, I think. It's really worth watching. She really gives some good comments. And I just want to show you a little bit. Okay, I don't agree with everything she says all the time, but I love her commentary. You're Triggered. She is so good. I don't know if you guys actually see.
I really believe that that's what Michael B. Jordan. You know
Let me
what?
let y'all
I'm
hear a little.
rambling. I'm playing games. Let me are their bread and butter. And they know that black women are their money makers. And that the delusion that black women have where they think that these men really love black women, that delusion pays their bills. So when they get exposed for showing that they don't really, rock with black women, they show their true colors, then these same black men always got to go on this fake campaign and talk about, here, heifer, here, I love you, and give black women some empty gesture that.
Okay, so I tell you guys, you should go hear this whole thing. Tell me what you think about it. You're Triggered on YouTube. It's Fake Love and Real Hate, how some black men, celebrities exploit black women's love to make dollars. I do believe this happens a lot, okay? A lot with black male celebrities. I hate to say so, okay? I really, really do. I'm seeing that more and more. As I listen to people, what I start doing now is listening to people on interviews and stuff, because so I can hear their thoughts and stuff on things. Okay. But yeah, you're seeing this. I happen to agree with her. I think this is very interesting to hear. I'm not saying I agree with who she's saying, but yeah, very, very interesting. So that's yourtriggered.com. I want you guys to go listen to her whole commentary. Okay, next, let's see what I want to talk about. Oh, it's something that I saw on. Let's see if we can pull it back up. Okay, this is a guy saying African Americans have no culture. I thought this was interesting.
They have no culture. It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
But currently, there's not an African American culture.
No.
Yes, there is.
What is it? Name 2 value systems in the African American culture.
Value system?
Yes. Name 2 taboos in the African American culture system.
What?
Name 2 traditions, by the way, in the African American culture system. There is no value for freedom if you don't understand what it is. The concept of free. You have to have a foundation on which it would balance when you ask for it. Civil right, they give it to you. You have no culture. Nancy, you've been here, born here. Why would you be surprised if I say African Americans don't have a culture? What, twerking? So anything
but I feel like African American culture has definitely
You say
mainstream.
No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay,
Like
fine.
like hip hop,
Oh,
not
Jesus
hip
Christ.
hop. I mean, I don't want to.
Look,
Yes, I feel like
you
it's,
haven't thought about it. It's fine. Don't make things up.
I'm not making it up.
Okay,
I feel like
then educate me. You feel. You should know. You were born.
This is a man asking a woman with a Haitian background, what about the Black American culture? That shows how much he knows. He's asking her because she was born and raised in America. That doesn't mean that she has any clue about what the Black American culture is like. She comes from a different culture, even though she's Black. Yes, we have value systems. As a matter of fact, we're the most on-code group in the world because of what's happened to us in the United States. Yes, we have a culture, man. We've been here for over 500 to 600 years. Matter of fact, all through Africa, all through the world, they dress, they listen to our music, they act like us, they talk like us. Your slang comes from us. It comes from those ghettos, those hoods where people were struggling and doing the most. Sometimes people look down on a lot of those ghetto people, but those ghetto people made a lot of culture. Comes from our upscale, talented 10 who has some culture. Doing cultural things. Also, we as a group, we are the culture. When you say the culture, it's us. You know what? It's no reason to get mad. Listen, let me tell you, all around the world, when they talk about a Black global culture, it's Black Americans. That's why you get mad when a lot of people get mad and say Black Americans have no culture, because they're attached to our culture because we grew up in, as I always say, a superpower. We built a superpower in America. Black people giving America free labor for almost 300 years is the reason America became one of the main reasons America became very powerful. But not only that, but we have the most powerful film and entertainment industry. And through that industry, Black American culture went out throughout the world. Our music, our looks, how we dress, it went out through all of the diaspora, everywhere, telling you this is how to be Black. That's what Hollywood shaped that. It gave you that, and you felt like it was your culture. You like, they don't got no culture. I mean, I was saying, what's up over here in Jamaica? And you saying that because Black people they sold our culture all over the world. Has it because of America. America is a dominant force. So we became dominant. We are everything really that's truly American. We are the one culture that has not. I heard Tariq Nasheed say this last night. I was listening to him. He said we're the one, which I always say anyway. But he said we're the one culture. We didn't immigrate here. We are creatively bred out of, in a strange way, through slavery and everything, out of the American culture. We are the true patriots. So when you think it's your culture, that's why you think it's your culture. And especially if you, like, he's talking to her because she's Haitian, but being Haitian, being Jamaican is not the same household that I grew up in. It doesn't have the same, we may have some cultural cachet, some sort of things, because you grew up Black American. I mean, you grew up in America, or if you were born in America and you're born as a Haitian American or something like that, you may have some similarities, more similarities to me than you do your parents, because our culture is dominant, and how you learn to do things is strictly somewhat through the eyes of Black Americanism. But we who grew up in those households and those cultures with years of history, we know where that stuff comes from that you act like. The music you sing, we know where that comes from that you sing. We know what is born out of, what the spirit it was born out of, we know how it fits in our families, in our groups and stuff like that. We know where the slang talk comes from when people back in the day in the countries and in the hoods all around the United States and urban areas, we be making up stuff outside, people outside playing up. Black Americans living in their like, we created all of that. Some of it was for survival, some of it because we became something different in America produced something different in us. And so just because you're familiar with our culture don't mean you are a part of our culture. So I didn't appreciate him at all asking a Haitian girl, Haitian woman, Haitian American woman about, that's like asking me about, what a Haitian, what's it like to be Haitian? I wouldn't know. I'm not Haitian. I don't know where your food comes from. I do know by reading and stuff like that, but it's not culturally mine. So I always say, I heard an artist in an interview. It always makes me mad. I never will say you, but it always gets to me because I'm like, wow, do you even have any, because they sing Black American music, but they always talk about Black American aesthetic and music and stuff as if it can't be talked about as a part of them. They can't simply say, like, I heard this particular performer recently, they had something, some event, and they were saying they were celebrating Black music. And I'm like, okay, well, what Black music? She said, what? I mean, because everything is everything in America. I'm like, who are you talking about? Everything in America is, every sound comes from Black music. No, I don't know what you're talking about. What? No, what? Who? It come from who? I mean, they were literally trying to rub us out of what. I don't like that. I'm like, the fuck? Like, why are you trying to rub us out of our own culture? Like, they couldn't even say, Black Americans, and the music they created from slavery, from Negro spirituals, and how Negro spirituals birthed all of these music genres in America. I'm fascinated as a Black person of this culture and stuff like that, and I wanted to honor that. Nah, they was haters because they can't say it. Somebody they tell me I be looking a little shady at them because this person I really admire and like, and I was like, God, so you probably really don't like us, really. We just probably might be a paycheck. I'm starting to realize it, but I'm kind of hating it too, because I'm like, wow. So then, when I went to go see Corinne Bailey Rae, let me just shout out Corinne Bailey Rae, okay? Who did, what she do? Black Butterfly, listen, she did a whole beautiful thing to Black Americans. She talks about how when she came over to America, she being a little girl from her being half white, I think half white from a certain part of Europe and all these things. And she just loved on the Black American culture, how she would go and look at Ebony magazines and this and that and blah, blah, blah. It was just a lot of love. It wasn't some elusive culture. Black people all around the world. She didn't say no. She was like, Black American. This person couldn't even get no love. They couldn't even stand to be. I was like, come on. Whose music? Who you talking about? There's a lot of Black people around here, but everything essentially comes from Black music. I don't know. It does not. What are you talking about? You mean Black American culture, music? Because African music, I always tell people, when people try to tell us if we get our music, everything comes from Africa. No, that's a lie. You need to listen to African music in they've got things where you can go listen to African music in the 1800s. We may have taken little pieces of things, but Black people's music don't sound. Black American music don't sound nothing like what Africa was listening to in the early 1900s and the in the 1800s and stuff like that. Okay, you need to go back and listen to their stuff. Okay, all around Africa. Plus, Africa is a continent. It's a continent with over 58 different countries. Okay, with different cultures and different styles. How we steal our shit from them? How we get our shit from them? We didn't even know. They drug our ancestors from their land, from Africa, drug them from Africa, put us here in America. We from different, some of us from different tribes, different things and stuff like that. And our people became one in this place. And we created something else through our struggles, through our ancestors' struggles, through our ancestors' trials and tribulations. That's where soul music comes from. That's where soul food comes from. That's where our soul, a lot of Black things in a Black America come from our struggles. In a sense, if you're Black American, our value systems have been created around the struggle in America. So you don't know that if you're Haitian. You think you know, but you don't know. Unless you read it up on it and really then you would have a respect for the culture. Or if you're Jamaican, or if you're Black Puerto Rican, whatever, Black Latino, whatever, you will have more respect for it if you knew where it came from and understand. You say, yeah, they a culture. They not. That didn't come from just nowhere. If you understood the stories, a lot of times when people have it come here from other cultures and stuff, not all people, but some people come here, they Black, but they be from other cultures and stuff. They don't really know about the American history, Black American history. So they've only know what they've been told throughout the diaspora and stuff like that, but some people haven't read on it and studied for themselves and took an understand. Then you would understand that we are a culture and where that music was birthed out of. Where our food and our how we act and our rhythm, like our sound. You may be born here in America and you mimic us because you sound like us because you've been born in America and we're the dominant Black culture. So a lot of times what happens is a lot of people who are of Black people who come here from other cultures will take to us because we're the dominant culture. And we're the culture they recognize because it's been sold all over the world. But your background, our rhythm of our voices, our movements and everything, that comes from our history. And to be disrespectful to it pissed me off. Talking about we ain't got no culture and shit like that. I'd be mad. That shit pissed me off. Okay. We got a culture, okay? And I just think anybody who knew the history of it would never downplay it and would never downplay Black Americans' part in world culture. And knowing who we are. You would traditional Black America, foundational Black America. I'm talking about Black people who've been out here on the soil over 500 to 600 years. And yes, that includes people say stupid stuff like somebody said somebody like if your family came here from Jamaica in the 1600s, you're no longer a Jamaican if you came here in the 1700s. You don't know nothing about being a Jamaican. You at that time you became a part because there was no the diaspora was spread. If you was once a slave over in Jamaica, you wasn't a Jamaican. They just moved your ass across the way, and then the next 500 years you are part of the Black. You become a part of the Black American culture. That's just ridiculous. What are we talking about here? And people know this. People just be acting ridiculous. Okay. I'm talking about people who come from a whole separate culture, where culture is created. A Haitian person is different from me. A Jamaican person is different from me. A Dominican is different from me, and I think they like to be. I mean, you know, because some Dominicans, they be saying some wild stuff, talking about they not black. Whatever y'all say, okay. I'm just saying, who is Black Puerto Ricans different from me? Okay, we have very different histories. What is going on here? What is this? Like, if you can't respect a person's culture, I mean, God damn, why? What is it threatening about for you that it is that Black American culture? Why is he so threatened by Black American culture? What do Black people have? They don't have a culture. Why are you so caring? Why are you so threatened by it? That is crazy. But that's because he knows we very much do have a culture, okay? So on that note, y'all, that's the last, is that the last hot topic of the day? I think that's the last hot topic. I wanted to come on here and talk about the Taylor Swift thing and everything like that. But yeah, you know, you can't let people tell you that Black people don't have a culture, and you can't. And what's happening a lot too is because Black people are just now starting. We're coming to the point that we are just now reclaiming our culture, because for over the years, because Black people in America, while we've become global, our culture has become global, and like I said, it's been a product sold all over the world. We ourselves have not been a global people because of the oppression and things that have happened and where we've been in America. A lot of Black Americans haven't been outside of America, so they don't live in a global space. Like, if you come here from Haiti, if your family comes here from Haiti and you're a first generation American, or your family comes here from Africa, a certain part of Africa, let's say Nigeria, you already understand the global space because you probably traveled to Europe, or maybe some of your family live in Europe. Some people live in Nigeria, but Black Americans, that's not the case for us. Even though we're very global to everybody else, and we've been the standard for Blackness all around the world, in a sense, we've been the Truman Show for y'all. Y'all been watching our culture and our vibes and stuff, but them hoods and them ghettos and them urban areas, they wouldn't. You have very few families, Black American families, especially prior to new generations. It's different, but prior Generation X and back, our early Black millennials and back, have not seen have not had the global expansion, or you know what I'm saying, have not been around globally, sometimes not even out their cities. So that's understanding the Black American culture and poverty in America, and understanding what Black America is. So I always say to people, if you're going to talk about Black American culture, if you're going to celebrate Black American anything, you got to know who we are as a people. You got to understand who we are as a people. Otherwise, it's insulting. It's just insulting. I just really would say that because you don't really understand what you're trying to talk about. And it's like there's not an honoring of the people who, you know, when they call our music soul music, there's a reason they call it soul music. Because Black Americans were very spiritual on them plantations, very soulful. Our expressions, our music comes from pain, hurt, poverty, slavery, brutality, rape, created all those things, horrible things that were happening to Black people, created a sound. First, they were singing to their God. Then it turns into telling stories about, you know, what I'm saying. You know, hey, you know, we tell stories about love and all these things, the blues and everything. You have to have an understanding of our culture. You can't. You have to know who we are. And if you don't acknowledge who you are, you don't acknowledge we got a culture and stuff like that, then what the fuck are you talking? I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, what? How you gonna be singing black? I don't understand how people gonna be singing Black American music and don't understand Black American culture. That's wild. That's just that's some wild shit to me. But it's a lot of Black people who do it. You know what? It's a lot of people who do that. It's a lot of people who do that. And they don't want to understand it because really it's a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? They don't really care about the people who produce the music and what they went through, the pain and suffering they families went through to give you the blues, to give you R&B, to give you jazz, to give you a gospel, to give you Negro spirituals. What Barry Gordy went through to create a Motown. How many Black singers was taken advantage of in their music and their songs, redone by white people, singing a lesser version, making more money. I mean, you can't know. You get how is you gonna sit in here? I don't understand it. I just don't understand how you gonna sit up here and say, I saw something. Yeah, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this African guy no more. Talking about we ain't got no culture. I'm talking about somebody I saw on television. I saw an artist on television actually talking about they was doing something to show Black music. And I'm like, how? Because you don't even know you can't even say where it came from. You can't even say we got a culture. They was all over the place. He said, Black. I was like, Black what? Black from where? From who? I mean, there's a lot of Black people all over the world. Everything comes from all of us. No, that's not true. Just be over here singing our shit. It's mad crazy. Okay, it's crazy, but I don't know. I think the more sometimes I start to, even when I like an artist, different artists, and I like different artists from different backgrounds and cultures and stuff like that. But I didn't understand how people saw us. I really didn't understand. I mean, I understood it, but I didn't understand it. Like, because sometimes we don't think of them as different either, because we forget, we think, oh, we all Black, but that's really not true. We're all different. There are Black people that are different cultures, different backgrounds, and they are raised different ways. And sometimes they're not exposed to what Blackness is until they come over into America. So it's very different because a lot of times Black Americans, we've always thought, because we've had a hard time in our eyes seeing ourselves as unified, because you get a few always crazy people who try to not be on code and stuff. But really, when you look at us in terms of the global diaspora, and this is no hate to nobody else, but because of what Black people have been through in America, we are probably the most on code culture, most unified culture. Because we can be in New Orleans and understand something from Kansas City. Yeah, you can be in Kansas City and understand something from New Orleans. Even though we can be different as we go from city to city, but we still have a uniform thing because of what we went through in America and our ancestors went through. You can be Geechee in Mississippi and understand Creole in New Orleans. And Creole ain't got shit to do with, it's very little to do with Haiti except for the French. Y'all ain't got the same food. It ain't the same shit. Okay? Stop the bullshit. I mean, it's like when I was at Essence Fest this year, I mean, the foolishness of having Jollof, and I'm like, huh? And jambalaya, what? We are, Unbelievable. Okay, you know. So yeah, it's the lack, the disrespect. We Black Americans gonna come at you hard because we've been through too much in America to try to let you erase us. Fuck that. We can't let you do that. That's too much. Our ancestors went through too much. We hear the stories of our great great grandparents. We hear the stories of, we see the Klan, the history of this. Then we ain't gonna let you come through and try to erase us all. Y'all think y'all free? What the hell y'all think this is? You think the white race has been trying to erase us off for centuries? You think you getting ready to come through here and do that bullshit? Oh no, you ain't gonna do it. Y'all must not know who y'all dealing with. Y'all gotta be crazy, okay? All right, we'll leave it at that for today. You guys, thank you for hanging out with me. And you know what? Here's this. Please don't take offense to this if you hear it and you feel this talking about you, or you feel this. I don't know shit. I don't know who you are. Don't take offense to it. Learn from it. Respect it. I'm not trying to hate on you. Just learn and try to, get. It's no hate, no shade, no this, okay? Because people be taking shit personal, writing you and mad at you and shit, and don't know why they mad at you and all this stuff. Okay? I didn't say who I was talking about. All right? So I'm talking about whoever it fit. All right? And if you feel guilty, then it must fit you. All right? But Black Americans do have a culture. Okay? For all of those who need to, we do got one. Okay? And you know what it is. We ain't even really got to tell you that, because you gaslighting when you say we ain't got one anyway. Okay. So you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and have a good one. I think I'll come on with you guys next week when I go to Vegas. I may tell y'all a little bit about my trip to Vegas, stuff like that. And that's it. Okay. You guys have a wonderful one. Remember, you can hit me up on the Carlotta Chat with Facebook page. You can hit me up at Carly's with an S _Galaxy. That's on Instagram, and there should be a link there for Threads. You can also hit me up on C Chatwood Show and Carlotta 72. Okay, that's X. Okay, and for Facebook, it's the Carlotta Chatwood Facebook page. That's where a lot of people message me. You can message me that way, and Instagram. Okay, and on TikTok, it's Keisha Carlotta. Okay, I got a couple of messages on TikTok. You're welcome. You guys are welcome to send messages on TikTok. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I am out, man. All right, y'all have a good one. Let me let y'all hear a little bit of this electric music before this is good. I'm gonna let y'all. What do we got? What's the little electric song? Hold on, y'all. Put y'all leave y'all with this little electric music. Thank you guys for listening. I'm out. Have a good one. Bye.